All right, welcome to JD Fantasy Football. This is David Lamson joining you every week as usual with Jordan Cordova, my resident expert. He's decked out in his jazz gear tonight. Jordan, we have a lot of storylines in fantasy football this week. What are you ready for tonight?
We're all pumped for tonight. A lot of storylines, a lot of things happening. I'm the highest scored on team in our league right now. Everyone's going to have their dominant week. I'm projected to beat Cameron by 10 this week. He told me
Okay.
he needs a miracle. I said, if you're going to get a miracle, it's probably going to be against my team. So
Well, he certainly had some great things against my team last week, so maybe Cam will get you.
I expect it.
Yeah, we've got booms, we've got busts, we've got sleepers, injury report, and then we'll go over other people that you should consider start, sleep. But yeah, to start things off, let's go with the injury report.
The injury report. All right. Heading into week 9, we have some offensive players. Injuries here. So quarterback Kyler Murray and Michael Penix Jr. are both listed as questionables. They both didn't play last week. I think they're both looking good to return. It looked like Kyler Murray was throwing to the first squad for the first time in practice since his injury has happened. And Michael Penix Jr. They're looking really hopeful for him. Now, for all of you who held, or I mean, you were going to hold on to him, but who held on and went 500. Wow, your quarterback Lamar Jackson was on the bench, hurt for 4 weeks, I believe it was.
Man,
Um,
eternity.
so he is expected back. He is actually fully healthy, practice full, no injury designation going into this week. So he shall be back. And Saquon Barkley was questionable, but they're on a bye, so we'll just you kind of have to judge what he does in practice next week, really. But he did get I think it was a groin tweak or something like that. So, and if you didn't see the gruesome play, we all want to pray for Cam Scadaboo. That dude snapped his ankle. He is out for the rest of the years. That Giants team cannot catch any luck right now. It was first it was Russell Wilson, then Malik Neighbors. Then they're like, oh, yeah, we got Jackson Dart in here. First game with Jackson Dart, Malik Neighbors tears an ACL. Then they're like, oh, you know what? We got Cam Scadaboo and we got Jackson Dart, the bromance. We're going to be great this year. Then Cam Scadaboo snaps his ankle. He's out for the season as well. I mean, I'm not saying they're tanking because they just are injury ridden all over that team. So that is unfortunate to see.
Yeah, his leg went the wrong way, man.
Oh,
Hated to see it. Love the energy that he brought to that team. And I hated that I traded him away early in fantasy. Well, actually just dropped him
yeah.
after the first or second week to get someone else. But yeah, that foot was going the wrong way.
Yeah, it was gross.
So is that your injury report?
That is my injury report.
It was interesting watching that live. I did not expect to. It didn't look like a lot. I mean, he's hard to bring down. So when he
Yeah.
gets tackled by anybody, it just looks like a train wreck. Looks like a car wreck. But the replay, that leg kind of flipped out of there and then was just pointing the wrong direction. They replayed it on Red Zone. I don't think they replayed it on the live feed.
I'm surprised they would replay that. I think I
Yeah.
got one, but it kind of makes sense sometimes. Like, I think they get like the one in. You get like one replay of it happening. And then, like, because Dak Prescott, when he did it, they replayed it once.
Yeah.
You watched it, and then, like, it went to commercial break and came back and be like, yeah, we're not going to show that anymore. It's too gruesome. It's like, yeah, please don't. I don't want to see that. So,
Well, that's a good segue to I'm going to reach back in an old bag of tricks and do my sleeper for this week, week
ooh.
9 of the NFL. And it's Tyrone Tracy Jr. He was my sleeper last year, and he's my
Mm-hmm.
sleeper this week. Even though he's been getting 9-10 carries a game last couple games, and he still will be splitting touches with Devin Singletary. But yeah, I think against the 49ers with that game script, I think he's going to get plenty of touches. He can catch the ball. He does a lot for them. they're going to need him this week to be competitive in that game. So, yes, Tyrone Tracy Jr., I got him this week in my lineup, and I think you should too.
Yeah, great choice there. For my sleeper, I'm looking for hidden gems for this week, but don't sleep on Bam Knight this week. Trey Benson's still out. He's definitely become the go-to guy on that team over Michael Carter. And this week especially, I mean, he's playing the Dallas Cowboys, and that Dallas Cowboys team has been rough. And I could almost run through that team for 15 points. So I think that Bam Knight's going to be a great pick, especially on a week of buys. I'd put him in your lineup if you have the opportunity. I think he could have himself a stellar week this week.
I love it. Bam Knight. A lot of people are excited about him this week. I've heard him a few places, so that's awesome. I'm going to stay on that game for my boom. Arizona, they are good against the run, but Javonte Williams, he's a touchdown machine. He's going to have a good game because of game script in my mind. I think it's favorable for him to have another big day against the Arizona Cardinals. That's my boom for this week. He could go for 20 against them.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's a great boom. I do like that one. I'm going with the man who came off. We talked about him on the injury report. He came off of injury. He's got full health expectancy. I am saying Lamar Jackson is the boom. The Dolphins secondary has been leaking production all year. They're bottom 10 in yards allowed per attempt and have surrendered multiple quarterback one performances in 3 of the last 4 games. Miami's aggressive blitz rate leaves wide running lanes and broken coverage opportunities that play directly into Lamar's strength. He didn't miss any time. He's fully healthy. He's not expected. I don't think he's expected any sort of limitation coming into this week. He's looking mobile in practice. I expect probably 8 to 10 designed runs that could go for 60 plus rushing yards and a touchdown this year. I think that he's going to be a boom this week. He has a get back week. He's going to dominate.
That's a lot of people are looking forward to that. I know the Ravens are looking forward to it as well. So
yeah, need it desperately.
You know what? You say that though. I called a big win for someone against Miami last week, and I ate my words. So that's great. that was disgusting. I mean, Miami didn't even look like anything like that all year, and all of a sudden they just show up for a game.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be a shootout. Miami's defense is bad. Baltimore's defense is bad. They're going to be having to score against each other. So I like Bam Knight in this. Or Bam Knight. I'm so sorry.
I'm going to give you a theoretical situation for this weekend. So we've got Bo Nix versus the Texans. We've got Jaden Daniels against the Seahawks or CJ Stroud against the Broncos. Who's the best choice out of those 3 this week?
I mean, I think the obvious choice is Bo Nix just because it's Bo Nix. I think Houston's going to lock them down. So they're going to be passing a lot. I don't think that run game is going to be very good. It's weird you mentioned these games because I'm going to go to my bust, which is perfect segue into that. Because my bust this week is J.K. Dobbins.
Okay.
He plays the Houston Texans. If they're not the best defense in the league, they are definitely top 2 in this league right now. He is very touchdown dependent. In weeks he doesn't get touchdown, he's not scoring a lot. Now, once again, he played the Cowboys last week, who I mentioned on the previous thing about this with Bam Knight. I could get 15 points against the Cowboys running behind with the defense that they have. So he did have a great game, but before that, he only scored 9 points on 14 carries and then 4 points on 14 carries. So he gets the carries, almost zero. I mean, he gets 1 catch a game, almost 0 receiving work. You have to rely on him getting into the end zone. I think Houston's amazing defense and against the run, I think they're going to stop him. I think J.K. Dobbins is a sleeper. So if you're asking me, I think Bo Nix, but I do think Patrick Surtain's might be out this week. So I'd almost say CJ Stroud has the best opportunity to go deep and almost had my boom be Nico Collins because Pat Surtain might be out this week.
Oh man. Yeah, that's actually a good call. And Collins, if he can catch the ball, he can have a big game. He's had some big drops for you this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're almost singing the same music here, though, man. Because you're talking about run defense creating a bust. I'm gonna go to my Green Bay Packers rushing defense. They have only allowed 550 rush yards all year, and my guy Rico Dowdle has to go up against that pass rush and that rushing defense this week. So not only is he having it, he had a down week last week. He's splitting carries. They didn't throw. He had 0 targets last week. No, they're not even looking his way with Andy Dalton. So he may have value the rest of the season. I'm not going to drop Rico Dowdle.
Right.
Can't play him this week. You got to find
Yeah.
someone else. So that's what I'm going to have to do. The Packers are going to shut it down. And Carolina's most likely going to have to come from behind. So they're going to be slinging that rock. So that's my bust. I did set up that quarterback question for you just so you could not choose Jaden Daniels. I was testing your cowboyness there, and you came through for me.
Yeah, no, I couldn't say Jaden Daniels.
Seahawks, I mean, they have a good defense, but not a great defense. And Jaden could go off, but you're not going to say that.
I'm not gonna say that because I don't think that. I think I watched Seattle's defense on prime time, and they're
good.
Yeah, it was disgusting to see how quick they could get back to that quarterback.
Could be a tough day for Jaden for sure.
Yeah, or he's running for his life and getting like 90 yards on the ground for like a touchdown.
That's not where they want him. He's just coming off of injury, lower body injury.
I know they don't want him to, but this defense, his front line is monstrous.
Yeah, it's interesting. Another the other guy I considered for my bust was Alvin Kamara up against the Rams defense this week.
That's a good one.
He's old, but he hasn't really played well enough to really go for him.
Yeah.
All right, let's run through the league real quick and let's look at these matchups and see what jumps out to us. I'll go ahead and take Ryan's team. Ryan's up against me this week, and he is he could Josh Allen me for sure. But Josh Allen is going up against Kansas City. Kansas City defense is going to shut Josh Allen down this week. Absolutely. They've done a really good job of containing mobile quarterbacks, and they're not going to be able to run the ball like he wants to at all. I don't see Josh Allen doing anything this week, and that's why I beat Ryan.
Yeah, love it. Yeah, I have for your team. I'm going to go ahead and talk about Courtland Sutton here, or I'm going to talk about Drake London here. I think Drake London had off game last week, but I think what Atlanta player didn't. I think they almost have to scratch last week and be like, okay. But even like you think about it, but even then he had 10 targets. So it wasn't like it was Kirk Cousins throwing the ball, not Michael Penix Jr., but he's looking good to play. And if Michael Penix Jr. is going to play, I mean, the last game they had together was 16 targets, 10 receptions for 158 yards and a touchdown. So they were finding a groove. He hasn't gone below 10 targets since week 3. So, I mean, dude is just getting targeted. I think he's a game difference for you. On this one, I am definitely taking you to win this week. But you could easily get Josh Allen and Derrick Henry so who knows? This is the second game of the year. Romeo Doubs gets a 3 touchdown game and puts up 30 points. Like, who knows what can happen? But outside of that miracle of all those things happening combined in one, I think that you have this week.
Yeah, hard to see what happened to my team last week happening again. But yeah, that Drake London is a stud. And not sure what happened last week. That was disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, Bijan only had like 6 points last week.
Dude, I'm telling you, they rushed him like 4 times the whole game. I don't know what the number was, but I was so frustrated with my prop bet. They didn't feed him at all.
No, and they were, I mean, it's not like they played a good running defense. Like,
no,
It's actually a favorable matchup for them to
Inexplicable.
run the ball with no Michael Penix Jr. It's like, just run the freaking ball, run the crap out of Bijan and Tyler Algier and just, call it a night.
Crazy. And Algier is still, I mean, I felt like he got some important touches, but they're still just short yardage.
Yeah, he
He'll
got a
steal
touchdown.
he'll
He's the
steal
one
a
that got
touchdown
the
away
touchdown.
from Bijan, but he's not getting the bulk of the touches. So I've been
Oh,
watching
yeah.
that. It can get dangerous. I'm gonna talk about your
Yeah.
team, man. You've got a scary matchup against Cam. Cam, I mean, he had Cook last year that just absolutely cooked. Um, yeah, but Trey McBride, he is going to do just fine against Dallas this week. Doesn't matter who's the quarterback. Trey McBride just seems to always be open. He catches. Did he have 2 touchdowns last weekend?
He was on bye last weekend, but the weekend before that, he had 2 touchdowns.
That's
Yes,
what I
13
remember.
targets.
Just seeing him in the end zone all game. Yeah, he's a special player. He's going to be the reason you win this week.
Yeah, and for Cam's team here, it's hard not to talk. Oh, but you see, before we move on to Cam's team, I'm playing your boy this week in the flex. Let's go.
Christian Watson, man, he looked good.
Yeah, I mean he had the most yards in the game last week. So
Instant connection with Jordan Love
yeah,
on the deep ball.
so I think he's going to be a good pickup for me. Hopefully, it can become a flex player. We'll kind of see how it progresses, but
Feels so good to watch, man.
yeah,
Feels so good to see those deep balls connect. They haven't connected all year, really.
Jordan Love looked great. Like he looked like he could win a Super Bowl with the style of play.
20 straight completions. He hit targets in all 3, like short, medium, long passes. I mean,
Yeah.
looking great. Tucker Kraft, get out of here.
Get out of here.
But
Only
yeah,
the best
Christian Watson
game of
looked
his career.
Christian Watson looked great. I think he had 4 targets, 4 catches. Is that what he had?
Yeah, I think I when I say the most yardage, I think I'm referring to receiver base, not based off of
Yeah, 85 yards, 4 targets, 4 receptions.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Not Tucker Kraft, right? That guy had himself an absolute beast of a game. So
He got one of the game balls.
But for Cam's team, I'm going to go ahead and talk about Brock Bowers, who he has been missing for a significant time of the year. He hasn't played since week 4. Looks like he's coming back, practice fully. So he's coming back fully healthy, ready to go. He hasn't. So I think Cam's team will really depend on 2 people, Brock Bowers and Quentin Johnson. Will you get the old Quentin Johnson from the beginning of this year, or are you going to get Quentin Johnson of the last few weeks?
Yeah.
But Brock Bowers, he didn't have anything special before he went out, but I mean, this is a team that's desperate to get something going. They play against Jacksonville, which is a tough defense. So I think I got this week outside of, knowing my luck, Minnesota's good defense. Jared Goff's going to put down like 30. James Cook's going to go off for 30 against Kansas City.
Yeah.
Romeo
No way.
Doomsday is going to be in a shootout for 29.
No, I can see that. I can see that.
A lot of things happening there, but I think I take it. I think I take it this week. I need it desperately if I win. And Josh and Dan lose this week, I'm tied for a playoff spot.
Okay.
So you can start 2-6 and you can still make it. And so all you got to do is, guys, and if you're in fantasy football, all right, yes, winning your money back and stuff like that, winning the division is obviously primo. You want that 100%. But if you're at a position where you're like, that's too far to actually wish for, you just shoot for the 4th spot. Get into the playoffs. Anything can happen in the playoffs. It's a week by week game. It's 0-0 at that point, and you can win. My wife, who is actually on top of her division somehow, she came out. She's looking good this year. But last year came in barely sneaking into the playoffs, won the championship. So just try to get to 4th spot. That's all you need going into the playoffs. It doesn't matter if you're 8th or you're 1st. You all have to play week by week, 0-0 in that.
Man, Jordan, I'm loving it. I'm loving the energy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, just to segue on what you were saying about Cam's team, though, Brock Bowers, maybe an early candidate for bust of the year. from where he
Yeah.
was drafted to how he's performed. If he doesn't turn it around in the next 5-6 weeks, he is in danger of being bust of the year.
Oh yeah, and he's been like on the IR basically. I think he's out for 4 weeks.
But he hasn't
And he
really been
didn't do
able to
anything
connect with
before that.
Geno.
Yeah, single digits, 3 games out of 4.
Can't do it.
Yeah, it's bad.
Looking at Josh Foote, Slender Man versus Killa Cam. I need Josh Foote to win. Like, that's going to be a tall task. That is going to be a tall task.
The only chance we had against Killa Cam previously was Puka Nacua was out.
Yeah.
He only had JSN popping for like 40. I trade Sutton, Achane, and Sharp for Puka and Terry McLaurin. My receivers are Puka, Waddle, Pearsall, Terry McLaurin. My running backs are Derrick Henry, Saquon, Dowdle, Benson, Bam, 12.5 PR thoughts. Trade Sutton, Achane, and Charbonnet for Puka and Terry McLaurin. But you have Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley. You have Bam Knight or Benson, whatever's going to be the main running back there. I don't think you give up Puka Nacua, the number 1 receiver in the league right now. And then you're relying on Sutton heavily to become your receiver because you have Waddle, which is great, but Pearsall's injury prone. Terry McLaurin's been injury prone. So gaining Sutton in that scenario, I think hurts your team more than
I think he traded away Sutton. He traded away Sutton and Achane. He got Sharp and Puka and McLaurin.
Oh, bud,
This is his
you're
team.
looking great.
I think you're making the right argument. He did it the right way. Now,
yeah, if you did that, I'm a Rams fan. I had to get my dude. No, dude, that's a wonderful trade for you. Puka is number 1. Terry McLaurin is injury prone, but it's okay. I mean, you got Puka. I mean, essentially, you traded those 3 for Puka, and you still had Derrick Henry and Saquon in that situation. So I think Puka's I think that's a good pickup. I think you win that bet.
Puka's a league winner if he stays healthy. The way he's looking this year, he looks scary.
He's averaging 24 points.
Appreciate that, Andrew Burwell.
So Killa Cam in our league, is Puka Nacua and Jackson Smith and Jigba, both averaging 24 points when they're out in the field right now. It is unreal what's going on with these 2 people. He has the best receiving combo hands down in the league. So, and he still has Devon Achane. He picked up Dak Prescott. Last week was a bad week, but he's been playing pretty decent this week or most weeks. So, yeah, I think Killa Cam's winning this week.
Yeah, Josh, I'm trying to come up with a scenario where he wins, and it's tough. So he's Olave plays the Rams, Metcalf, Indianapolis, Daniel Jones, Pittsburgh. Bijan is his great hope. So Bijan and Kyron have to get 30, 40 points each to carry him to victory. That's going to be a tall task. And he's got White. White is on bye. Judy's on bye. That's tough. Yeah, that's going to be Killa Cam. And Killa Cam, I mean, me and him are duking it out at the top of the division. So I think I've got it right now because he didn't score. Do I have it right now? Hold on. Yeah. He didn't. He scored like 4 points less than me.
Yeah.
So I still have the division, but it's not comfortable between us 2. We're going back and forth every week, so that'd be nice.
Lex shooting for you guys. She told me she's like, I want to outscore him. And one week I was like, when she beat Skip, I'm like, dang, you really, your team just had to pop off for that to happen. And then last week I'm like, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, and I think this is a good segue into who I think is the matchup of the week. It's the
No.
number 1 and number 2 squad of the divisions fighting against each other
Okay.
to take control of this division. Lex 6-2 this year, having a phenomenal year at 6-2, tied for the best record. Her team just keeps surprising. I think DeAndre Swift has gotten better and better each week. Multiple 20-point games in the last little bit. Christian McCaffrey, even though playing Houston last week, tough squad to play against. He's only scored 9 points for her last week. So I mean, when your bottom floor is 9 to 10 or almost 10 points, that you're pretty good there. But for me, I got to talk about, man, I hate to beat this into the ground. I really do hate to beat this into the ground. But Rashee Rice has literally saved her receiving core. She was trusting Brian Thomas Jr. or Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Now that Rashee Rice is here, it is just a bona fide put him in. Dude's getting 10 targets a game right now, 9.5 targets a game last week. He has that JSN Amon-Ra feel to him. If you throw it to him, 90% of the time he's catching the ball. Last week, 9 targets, 9 receptions, 93 yards, and a touchdown. So, I mean, he's averaging 24 points per game. I think he's been probably a game changer. My wife is very quiet. I'm very loud on the trade market. I'm very much like I'm making trades, right? This week, I made a trade. I gave up, Godson or whatever his name is, the second. I picked him up off waiver and got Kenneth Walker out of him, right? That's not a trade that everyone else is making, but when you're 2-6, you're just hoping for a Zach Charbonnet roll of an ankle. And now he's going to be the guy and could help me get, past the point I need to take gambles.
Taking advantage of the Gadsden boom right now.
Yeah, exactly. And so, but for her, she made a trade for Waddle for Rice, but it was when Rice was suspended like 2-3 weeks ago. And so it's not like you really remember that trade happening, right? Like you're like,
right.
Because he hasn't played, he's only played for her team now. But what a payoff. What a great trade. I am super sad I didn't try to push for Rashee Rice more when I was trading with him. But yeah, I think she wins this week. I think she comes out of it.
Yeah, we didn't know what Kansas City was going to look like the first couple of games of the year. We didn't know they were going to be so balanced, running the ball, passing the ball, great defense. They look like a Super Bowl team. They didn't look like that 4 or 5 weeks ago.
No.
They had to kind of figure it out this year with their new crew. Travis Kelce taking out half their receivers. Like they had to figure it out a little bit. So,
yeah.
But yeah, they look fantastic. And Rice is a big part of the reason she's doing well. I mean, yeah, and Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, for Caleb, I mean, certainly he's got Tucker Kraft. I already sang his praises weeks ago. I did it today. He needs Deebo Samuel to have a big day against Seattle. And I think that he can because it's personal for him. I don't think he's forgotten that 49ers Seahawks rivalry, and he's going to want to show up and show out in that game. Projected to get 15 points. That could easily be 20, 25 and help push Caleb over the top. I'm going to go ahead and pick Caleb to beat her and make that division more competitive this week.
My wife's going to remember this, Dave.
Okay.
I think you've picked against her not last week, but the last 2 times before that. She hears it.
Lex, I'll see you in the playoffs, I hope.
Yeah. No,
Let's do this.
It's such a close matchup, to be honest. It can really go either or. It's going to depend on which person has the biggest boom on which team.
Yeah, she's got to figure out her kicker. I don't see. Did she pick up a kicker yet?
She is picking up a kicker.
She's got to get her kicker figured out. She'll have a 10-point advantage on him.
Be going for 134 this week.
Yeah, being projected for 134 is where you want to be. I wish I was there. I need Bucky Irving back, and then I'll be up there again, hopefully. But
yeah, absolutely.
I want to talk about Taylor's team. Ooh, we got a bust alert. Taylor, I'm sorry, bro. Taylor's projected to win this week, but he's not because Jackson Dart is going to bust. He was definitely a bust candidate for me, and he's lost the guy that kind of kept all those running lanes. He kept the linebackers honest. Scadaboo, they had to buckle up their chin straps to get ready for Scadaboo to come running down the middle at him. Not Tyron Tracy, he's been out of sorts sometimes. I know he's my sleeper for the week, and I think he's going to do okay, but he's not a Scadaboo. He's not going to get 18, 19 points. He's not going to do everything like that. So Dart's going to be under duress because they're not going to have his balance in offense. And sorry, Tay, Dart's going to bust this week.
Yeah, for the Bears, it's just a series of unfortunate events for such a fella. Omarion Hampton on the IR right now.
I know it just breaks your heart.
Yeah, it absolutely. I am devastated. You know, me and him have rekindled. You know, like we talk trades. It was a normal conversation. So I don't want to give him any more slack. I do feel bad for teams that do bad in the league. And he was just unfortunate. He has probably one of the top 2-3 quarterbacks playing right now in the last few weeks in Drake May. Chase Brown is showing some real life. Kamani Vidal, I think, is doing great. It's just where you have to play Matthew Golden and Zach Charbonnet as a combo, where it kind of gets a little rough. But yeah, I mean, Waddle was a great pick. But for me, I'm going to go ahead and say the Bears gets his second win this week. Upset Taylor. And I think Jalen Waddle's going to, I think the four, Jalen Waddle, Vidal, and Chase Brown and Drake May are going to have a good enough week this week that they are going to carry him through to victory.
Man, that bench is just so hopeful down there for the Bears. Bayshul Tootin. Yeah, I mean, these, I swear, half of these are previous sleepers. Hampton, Harvey, Tootin,
Rashard Smith.
Dude, all these guys are like, maybe they could have. And Taylor, look at all the buys he's got, and he's still doing fine.
Yeah, I mean, Taylor's got Garrett Wilson out. Fannin Jr., great. Cameron Johnson, Tez Johnson. I mean, he's got a pair of Tampa Bay receivers he's gambling with right now. But yeah, I mean, Taylor's got a strong team. You know, I like Taylor's team. I think the Bears are going to take him.
Yeah, I got the Bears just because I think Taylor's going to have a team that underperforms just a little too much for him. So let's listen, man. I've talked a lot of heat on Daniel Kahn this season, his Finkel Einhorn team. I've talked a lot of heat, but he still eked out 3 victories, including a victory last week, despite Luke McCaffrey.
Me.
He got the wrong McCaffrey.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only hope that I've got is that Kareem Hunt looked okay. Kareem Hunt looked okay, and Buffalo hasn't been the defense that they've wanted to be. They haven't been stopping the run like they've wanted to. I'm trying to remember where they ranked in rushing defense. Like their linebackers are getting run over. No,
Who?
Are they the not? No.
Who's?
Buffalo.
No, Buffalo has a bad running defense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like they're the second to the worst. Cincinnati's the only team with the worst rushing defense than them. Good. I was like, I say something every week that I'm like, man, I shouldn't have said that. I was I don't know if I've said anything today, but I was like really questioning, is Buffalo's rushing defense good? No. I knew it. They're horrible.
Take a second look at it, you know.
No, I was like, because every week I say something. Usually I find out later in the comments that I said it. But yeah, Kareem Hunt, I think, is going to do just fine against them, and it's going to help Daniel get his 4th win and beat Skip, who's projected for 131 points and has an awesome team, but is still going to choke this week.
Yeah, man. I think, I think, man, I hate to say this, but you're missing out. There's a ton that is actually going on for Daniel. He does have Ashton Genty back this week off of bye, so he'll be in there for Nick Chubb. He does have Aaron Jones back this week, who I think he'll put in for Kareem Hunt.
Oh, yeah.
Davante Adams will be in for Luke McCaffrey this week as well.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
he definitely has, and Ricky Pearsall could be back, and so he could be in there instead of Jaden Higgins. So I think he's got some. I mean, I think he's been injured and not doing well, but there's a chance that he could be. There's a chance he could be at 115 projection this week.
Look
And
out,
I
Skip.
think at 115, it just takes one to kind of pop off. And I think Skip's got Justin Jefferson against the Detroit Lions. Tough time if it's Jay. Who knows who's throwing him the ball? It's not Carson Wentz. JJ McCarthy's still, questionable for this game. So that's not even a given sign.
He's playing CJ Stroud.
Yeah, Detroit's going to get to your quarterback. So, you're going to have two quarterbacks over there, or you could either play JJ McCarthy or the other guy, the other third string backup, and they're going to have people in their face all game long. Even though I think Detroit's secondary isn't amazing, it's very hurt right now. I think that it's going to be too much, and I think Justin Jefferson isn't going to see the ball as many times as you would like him to. So he's also playing Bill, who, until proven otherwise, not startable in my eyes.
Who's he going to play besides Bill? Does he have anybody?
No, this is just a case of unfortunate events for buys. I mean, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 people on buy on his bench.
And Ollie Gordon's not startable.
Ollie Gordon's not startable, but could be a good pickup for later on if Devon Achane ever gets injured. I don't mind that pickup. But yeah, I mean, you are going to play him this week, but he is playing Seattle. It's going to be a rough night for him.
That's interesting. Well, yeah, I think you painted that right. So yeah, even though my reasoning is wrong, Daniel's going to do just fine.
Daniel, no offense, Skip. I just need I actually, you know what? I do need Daniel to lose this week. Listen, if I get a win this week, 2 people I need to have loses plays 2 of the top 3 teams in our division. Right? It couldn't work out better for me to have a comeback week this week.
Okay.
But if Skip loses, then him and Daniel are 4 and 5, and I'm 3 and 6. There's a chance I snake my way into the top 3 here.
This is a crazy time of year in fantasy football. Who knows what could happen?
Yeah, it's all coming down to it. So, it's good. I'm excited. We still have 5 more weeks, I think, before playoffs start. So I got 5 weeks to turn this thing around.
I mean, look at that other division: 6-2, 5-3, 5-3, 5-3.
Yeah.
Man,
and they're pretty much locked though. That if I'm correct, right? Hold on. Where is the
looking at points allowed? Your wife has been the beneficiary of some low scoring, my friend.
Hey, I have been the beneficiary of some high scoring, My wife has been the beneficiary of it, though.
Mm-hmm.
But she is scoring a lot, too, though, in her defense.
She is, but she hasn't crested 1,000 like a lot of people in the league.
I mean, there's 3 above her that have 1,000, and she is right there next to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even Caleb, who she's playing this week, hasn't broken 1,000.
Her and Caleb are neck and neck.
Yeah, really, it's the 3 juggernauts of the team, which is you, Cam, and Skip, who have broken 1,000.
You're crazy, man. Your path to the playoff is so crazy.
Yeah,
you need some stuff to go your way. Yeah, you've given up. Man, you're the only one to give up over 1,000 points.
Yeah, try that. You
My
know,
God.
that's what I'm telling you. Like, I know it seems like I'm complaining, but it's like, dude, Daniel puts 120 on me. Daniel hasn't seen 120 all fucking week, all fucking year, dude. Sorry, excuse my language, but like, Daniel
Yeah.
hasn't seen 120 all year long.
Mhm.
He's been having a rough year, and all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, he's gonna put down 120, right? He won his first game 97.88 to 97.54. Like,
Yeah.
this dude's winning in 109.4 to 88.32 against Ryan. Hasn't put 120 all done. Puts 130 on me last week. Like, dude, don't get me wrong. Like, my team sucked last week. I only put 76 points, but of course he's gonna put 130. Like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't he put 130 on me last week? I don't know. Like, dude's gonna have his best game against me, which is, cool. Good for them, right? Like, that's what I'm saying with Cam. He doesn't need a miracle. He's playing me, so it's probably gonna be a miracle here for him. But I just have people putting points on me. My wife puts 144 on me. Taylor puts 135 on me.
Yeah.
152 from Skip. The Bears puts 128 on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Bears? Like, come on. Like, literally the 1 week Amari Hampton actually popped off before he got injured for like 35 points. That's the week I played him. And Justin Fields goes for 25 that week. Like,
That's
what the hell
hilarious.
is going on this year? I just have had bad luck, which in my eyes, I'm like, okay, listen, you've had bad luck.
Yeah.
It's okay. It can't continue that way all year. Statistically, it shouldn't.
You're going to return to the mean.
Yeah. And so I think my time is coming, and I'm going to make this last 5 games, I'm going to make a real big push. And I think I could get myself to potentially 3rd spot in the division, if not 4th, sneaking in there. And in the playoffs, Zach Charbonnet is going to get injured. Kenneth Walker is going to give me 20 points in that running back room. Quishon Judkins is going to go back to giving me 20 points a game. And Nico Collins is going to show who he truly is,
Yeah, you've got someone on the bottom of your bench that I'm actually interested in to see how they do the rest of the season. Tajay Spears.
Yeah. I have a lot of could take over this type of thing.
Woody Marks. Yeah.
Woody Marks could at some point very well take over this game.
Yeah.
Or could take over a game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
very interesting.
Travion Henderson is Ramondre Stevens fumbling 2 more times or being injured away from being the guy in New England, right? Aaron Jones, very, very could get injured. Jordan Mason is just that away from being back to being the guy. So, like, I have so many, like, question marks. Christian Watson, is he going to be the dude there? Like, you don't know if he's going to be the number 1 receiver. You know he's going to be one of the receivers, but you don't know if he's going to be wide receiver 1.
Yeah, I think Jordan Love threw to about 35 receivers in that last game. Like, he spread it. Yeah,
he spreads the ball. So, I mean, I got some real, I have Trey McBride I know we all like Allen, and we like Tucker Crafts last week. I think Tucker Crafts last week gives him number 1 tight end right now with Trey McBride on that bye. But I mean, he's good for 15 to 20 points a week. So, that's literally what lifts my team most of the weeks. That's why I have such a high projection, is because I have a tight end who's projected for almost 20 points.
Well, it's been an exciting episode of JD Fantasy Football.
Yes, sir.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. Injury report, boom, bust, and sleepers, and then running through just really almost most of the players in fantasy football that are of any value. And I hope you join us next week for more tips and tricks.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, guys. Peace.